Now, in brilliant emotional scenes, Rory McIlroy has won his first green jacket, completing his career Grand Slam, giving us one of, honestly, the great pieces of sporting theatre. Crash, you got 12 minutes, go.
Well, I saw someone write that he hit far too many bad shots to win the major, and he hit far too many brilliant ones to lose it. And that got it. That basically got it. There was a bit of everything. He hit, in 72 holes, he hit 30 scores of 3. That's extraordinary. Look at him there. Look at the emotion. But I don't think we've seen emotion like this ever in a major. This will be remembered as one of the greatest golf tournaments of all time.
You can tell it just meant so much.
That's back at his club back in Northern Ireland.
Yeah. And it was, I've never seen that before anywhere, even in other majors, but the Masters itself, like that was something that he just wanted so bad. And we know the history of, Rory's led the Masters going in 2011 and had 8 over in the final round. So that pressure to come through like that.
And when did you win your green jacket?
Tonight. I'm wearing one. Special occasion, fellas.
Crash, did you think he choked?
Oh, yeah, several times.
He wasn't going to win it?
Oh, I did. About 3 or 4 times I thought he was done. And when he stood over that final putt, I thought, this is sport for you. Sink this putt and you're a hero for life. You're the greatest golfer of your generation. You're the best golfer since Tiger Woods. Miss this putt and lose, and you're forever, for life, the heartbreak kid. You know, and that's how sport can be. 4 feet can define
your whole career.
Your whole career.
I think it was his the 18th before the playoff where he had a gap wedge, and to miss it by 15 metres and hit it into the bunker could just tell you how much pressure he was feeling to finish
absolutely.
it off.
Talk about that roller coaster. I mean, he hadn't won a major, for 11 years, led the Masters in 2011 by 4 strokes, collapsed shooting an 80. All that was fizzing around in his body. The double bogey to start. He laid up to play it safe and then went in there. It was just absolutely, it was thrilling and terrifying by turns, this. And this shot then, look at this one.
Tony, this is the best shot he has hit in his career. The one you saw 20 seconds ago was the worst shot. They came in the space of 3 holes. That chip, we could have improved on it. Us here on the panel. That shot he hit there, we could have 200 goes at it and wouldn't do it. That is golfing perfection.
And this one too, come on, you can hear him say, go, go, go. He thought it was a bit short, but bang, it's another beauty and a birdie coming in.
He was charging after it too. You can see the adrenaline.
But it was good that he was charging, because a lot of the time you felt like Justin Rose was attacking the day and Rory was defending the day, and things just started to go wrong, and he was fighting against going backwards rather than going forwards.
Well, he's such an emotional player that the shot he hits has a bearing on the next one, because he still carries that emotion. And that's why I thought, Robbie, when he faltered, I thought he was gone.
Was it Justin Rose? Would that have entered his mind?
Yeah, Rose was stalking him, and you mentioned it in the green room, Ben, that there was a moment when Rose hit a birdie and went to the lead that his eyes went up to the leaderboard, and that unguarded moment where you can't protect it, you sort of go, that frozen moment of fear.
There's that putt from Justin Rose.
25 foot.
On the 18th.
Oh, my golly, that's a heartbreaker, that one. Because, as you said, Crash, look up there and you go, righto, he's tied me. Oh, dear, there's a little tightening going on in the shorts, I would have thought. But what I love about it with Rory is he got the pressure on him, which is one thing, but he went 3 shots late. Like, that putt to miss and then to just, I was actually really emotional by then.
Me too. Look, there's some things I don't like and a lot of things I do like about Augusta. And I know that you like this because I'm sure there are lots of curmudgeonly old fogies running Augusta, but some things just do work, like banning phones for patrons at the course, which means they find out the scores from the old-fashioned leaderboard, and that's what him putting. Then it goes up there, and the crowd, woohoo! That's the first time they've seen or know what's going on.
That's the best. I love it. Bring it. That should be applied to all sports in a way, so people are present and in the moment, because it forces you to have your eyes on what's going on.
It does, but there's a part of me that thinks being there it's fantastic, but there's a part of it's overrated. Like, we're sitting at home 1,000 miles away watching every heartbeat.
And they're not.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there looking at a wooden board going, 12 under, how good. And we're sitting back at home, you know, smoking the pipe, thinking, we can do better than that in the lounge room.
Have you been to Augusta?
No. But
Okay, well, maybe...
It's a bucket list item.
Yeah. Maybe once you go, you'll realise why it's so good to be there.
It was all about that final pairing, wasn't it? Rory and Bryson DeChambeau. Now, Rory was very outspoken about the Liv golf breakaway. He was much less spoken when he was paired with Liv's DeChambeau in that final round. Here's what the American had to say.
Did you speak to him in there? How's he doing, do you know?
No idea. Didn't talk to me once all day.
What was the atmosphere like in there?
Electric, I loved it, but he was just like, just being focused, I guess. So it's not me, though.
Did you try and initiate conversation with Rory at all?
He wouldn't talk to me.
Now,
What are your thoughts?
that is the best and most revealing piece of footage post-Masters because it showed what this was. It was the Liv poster boy against the PGA poster boy, the two biggest hitters in the game. It was America versus Great Britain. It was two blokes who just don't really like each other, and it was fabulous. And I don't blame him. He was so consumed, McIlroy, that he couldn't say a word. Tiger Woods used that tactic. Tony Finau said recently that they said, who's the person who spoke least to you on a course? He said, Tiger only said one word once to me. And he said, I played with him, and on the 7th hole, he said, hadn't said anything. I said, well, I've got to say something. So I said, how's the kids? And he went, good, and walked off. And that was it, nothing for the next 11 holes. So I reckon silence is golden. I reckon that intimidated DeChambeau. I reckon it won him the tournament.
Well,
I reckon it rattled him. It rattled him because he had a triple. Yep.
He's not happy.
Yeah, he wanted to stay in his bubble, Roy. He'd mentioned that the day before. It's all about tradition at Augusta, as we've said. Yes, you want to fall into the arms of your loved ones after winning, but first you have to shake hands with anyone wearing a green jacket. Here he goes all the way through. Do you like this, Crash?
Oh, I just think it's funny. After all that emotion, they shake his hand as if he's just won the meat tray.
Did you see the second last bloke? He goes, right, on you go.
Like, jog on, son.
Yeah, sure.
I've already done that. But Rory's gone into, you know, special air in Northern Ireland because he's right up there with probably their most famous sportsman, George Best.
Ah, the football player, George
the
Best.
football player was... Pelé once said that he was the greatest player of all time. Right. What Rory's got to lift is the social side of his game if he ever wants to overtake George Best. Because he had one of the greatest comments of all time. You know, I spent all my money on booze and women, the rest I wasted. So poor old Rory's got something to live up to.
Okay. So at Augusta, Tony, we're used to seeing the pros, right? Headline acts, and as they should be, but on every, occasion, Crash, it's this, their family members that take centre stage and they become the stars. I want to show you guys this amazing vision of 4-year-old Poppy. So this is Rory's daughter, and she gets to have a part. We've sped it up.
Look at that.
Shade Lowry Haggard.
No.
How good's that?
It's so special. She's in shock taking it all in.
Well,
but I just love that. And, you know, he wore a beautiful little bracelet.
She spoke to DeChambeau.
I was just going to say, he's given the DeChambeau.
And he did, at the presentation, he mentioned properly, he said, I just want to say to you, you can have a dream, you know, and it was sort of...
Never give up on your dreams.
Never give up on your
Absolutely.
dream.
Well, you see Poppy at that age hitting the ball because he was himself a child prodigy, Rory, and, you know, we can see... Yeah, we'll have a look at him. I don't think you've seen this vision before as a TV program. Look at the young man, but look at this. Plonk.
How
good is that?
Sideshow Bob.
It's like Dickie Neath from the front.
But that's Crash. He's probably going to say the exact same thing. He said in his presser when he was 7 and 8, he sat with his dad and watched Tiger Woods win the Masters. And he said it was the most inspirational thing as a kid. All he wanted to do was do that, play golf and win.
And his dad was onto it too. So I think Rory was, 15 or so when his dad walked into a bookmaker and said, I want to back my son to win the British Open. Remember that? Or win a major. Yeah. And they burst out laughing and said, I have 1,000 to 1.
Love it. After such a great win, the only problem Rory had was getting out of Augusta. He couldn't remember where he parked his jet.
Oh, don't you hate that, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's crashes and...
He's just got this... He's got the little beep, beep, trying to find, is that mine? No, it's not mine. This is genuinely the Augusta Regional Airport. This is genuinely the private jets parked there.
They range between about $2 million and $50 million, and Augusta has got one itself, and they never tell anyone who's on it. They bring secret people in.
So good. The waters of Rays Creek are seen by some to be as sacred as the Ganges or a baptismal font, but not for amateur on debut Jose Luis Ballester. Have a listen.
And I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go, and since JT had an issue around the green, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sneak here in the river. I mean, it was not embarrassing at all for me, so if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
You're not allowed to run at that course as a patron, and he's done number ones in Rays Creek.
He's taking the piss, Tony.
Do you think he was just extra excited at playing the Masters? That's what it was. I don't know. But
He's just
when
thought
you
he's
got
playing a
to go,
public
you got to
course.
go, don't you?
Yeah, well, there are bathrooms. Well, that's true. But he would have been better served, honestly, carrying one of these in his bag. I don't know if you've seen them. The terrific product is the Euro Club. Looks just like a golf club, as you can see, but it's
You're joking.
It's a discreet sanitary solution for your urgent relief.
I've seen it.
That's not
You're
discreet.
joking.
That's disgusting.
That's not discreet.
That's not discreet.
That's overflowing for sure. There's not enough in that, Robbie.
You're right. Well, one of the great sporting events